Hello, good evening all. Welcome to the initiative called as Saturdays for Sustainability Learning, where we are discussing sustainability in a holistic manner, trying to understand it, trying to grasp what are the different aspects and how it is applicable to different people in different contexts. So hopefully this will be a mastermind group where number of people, different sustainability professionals join in and share their perspectives with their experience, with their understanding of the things in view of the different socio-economic condition, the experience of they have, the educational qualification. So it works on a concept of synergy. So I really liked about the concept of synergies. 1 plus 1 is not 2. The outcome is infinite possibilities, and that's how this mastermind group will have the infinite possibilities of learning, and that is the thing that we would like to explore and invest our 60 minutes into this virtual discussion. So if you ask about what are the outcomes that you will get after joining this 60-minute session, so first is definitely learning one new concept or at least new aspects, new maybe new paradigm of looking at things for the same concept that we already know. Second is networking with fellow professionals. Third, getting to know about different opportunities, maybe in terms of career or business or entrepreneurial opportunities. And the fourth one is the thought leadership. So, going forward, as we all know, sustainability is a dynamic field. Every day, every week, there is something new coming into this field, and it's not possible for a single person to grasp all this progress. That's why this is joint effort where we all learn about these concepts in during the week and maybe share it with others and try to know more about it, understand it in a better way. So in this way, this initiative is working, and how we do it. So every Saturday we connect at 7 p.m. If you would like to join, and let's say I'm also adding this event on the calendar. So please fill in the Google form, and that's how I guess you have joined this session. Yeah, so this is in short plan for us, introduction, presentation of the topic or the discussion. And one important point of this session is the discussion part, where this is a group where we are not judging anyone, right? So all the views are welcome. In fact, you can share whatever you have, and that's absolutely fine. Please don't feel shy, or please don't feel that you are not an expert. Everyone has the expertise of some way. They have the unique understanding, and that's how uh, I would like all of you to please participate in the session. So I'm happy to share that this is a 22nd week of the session. So back to back continuous 22 weeks we have been doing it, and today day 22, it's 25th November. We have two agendas today, maybe one agenda, I would say, the green skills and green skills report 2023 by LinkedIn. So first, I would like to explore on the green skills because this is very dear to us and very important concept, very important thing which enable us to bring, let's say, sustainable development goals into action. How do we impart green skills? So starting from what are the green skills and what is the current status all over the world about green skills report 2023. So these two things we are going to explore during this session. Uh, just a minute. My screen was not visible, right? Somehow, I guess I missed to share.
No, it was visible.
It was visible. Okay, great, great, great. Thanks. Yeah, so this was something we were discussing before the session joined. So this is Xmind. So where I am sharing this details about this initiative. So this is a software Xmind. That is a mind map software. Okay, so starting with, I was just listening this podcast about green jobs uh, before this session, and I would like to start from one article. This is a green skills article. Just a minute. Yeah. So first, this is very short article and which gives good understanding of what are the green skills and why it is important. And I would like to read it first, and then we will go for the green skills report for 2023. So this is the article from United Nations Climate Change, and as you can see from 11th August 2023. So that's it's a short article. I hope you can see it on the screen. I'll just quickly read it and then we can discuss. Meanwhile, if you would like to discuss anything in detail, please feel free to stop me at that point and we can discuss it. Yeah. Half of the world's population is 30 years old or younger, and this figure is expected to reach 57% by the end of 2030, just in 7 years. This is the largest generation of young people in the history. This year's International Youth Day highlights the importance of developing green skills for youth to ensure their success of a just transition to a greener and more sustainable world where all people, including young people, benefit equally. So, what are green skills? Green skills include technical knowledge, expertise, abilities that enable the effective use of green technologies and processes in professional settings. They draw on a range of knowledge, values, and attitudes to facilitate environmentally sustainable decision making at work and in life. So, this definition I found little bit similar with Education for Sustainable Development (ESD), which comes under UNESCO. Although green competencies are relevant for people of all ages, they are of greater importance for younger people who can contribute to the ecological transition over a longer period of time. One of the main challenges we face as young people in accessing green jobs is the lack of clarity on career paths and training resources, as well as the lack of mentoring or support system to develop a green career, said Christy Drutman, co-founder of Green Jobs Board, a platform that provides a one-stop source for environmental job seekers to discover and learn about green job opportunities. So this one resource we got to know here. We can check. According to ILO, that is International Labour Organization, 100 million jobs can be created through the transition to sustainable energy sources and a circular economy scenario. It's very clear that maybe not regarding sustainable energy sources, but definitely circular economy is something that is coming up and which is practically viable for the organizations, and maybe all the businesses uh, have to adopt the circular economy going forward in the future. These 100 million jobs might be created with this transition. However, some existing jobs are expected to become obsolete, and benefits of the transition are unlikely to be distributed geographically or demographically unless young people are provided with the necessary training and support system. The reality, sorry, the reality of young people, as diverse as it is on global scale, has many commonalities. First, greater vulnerability in living conditions, lower salaries, and greater difficulties to emancipate, uncertainty about the near future, unequal access to higher education, among others. So, this is one of the statement. A successful job transition requires addressing the challenges young people face in assessing opportunities to develop green skills and incorporating these needs into countries' development strategies through greater policy coordination, social dialogue, and collaboration. It's very important to have more young people in climate decision making spaces. We must see young people as key stakeholders in our transition to low carbon economies, added Fatau Young, Youth Climate Advisor to the United Nations Secretary General and founder of Clean Earth Gambia. So yeah, so this is just a short article, and after that, there is a role of UN climate change over here. So one point that this article is sharing is how youth are important. Let's say how the youth are more than 50% of the world's population, and in order to transition, whatever we are talking about, let's say net zero is there or sustainable development goals are there. To achieve that, we have to upskill the youth, or maybe with the changing business scenario, we need to skill them accordingly. So I guess that is the concept of green skill, and this kind of statement, the draw range of knowledge, values, and attitudes. So this similar language is there in the ESD, that is Education for Sustainable Development. We can just check that as well. Yeah, so this is ESD, that is Education for Sustainable Development. Yes, so Education for Sustainable Development gives learners of all ages the knowledge, skills, values, and agency to address interconnected global challenges, including climate change, loss of biodiversity. So this part I thought it was little bit similar. And ESD is a lifelong learning process and an integral part of quality education. It enhances the cognitive, social, emotional, and behavioral dimension of learning. So what I found the difference is similar in terms of yes, we need to learn some new things, but at the same time, ESD is something majorly focusing on school children, or it is for all. But whenever we are talking about the green skills, so it is majorly more focus on the youth and the livelihoods or jobs as the central core focus for this. So with this background, if you have any questions or anything to add on this article, please you can, or we can move ahead and we can just check.
Is there any data on how much these companies are spending on this education?
You are asking countries or
Countries or companies or whatever it is.
okay, I guess for countries they have something shown. Just a minute. It was, yeah. So they're talking about uh, regarding let's say preparedness of their curriculum first. 47% of the national curriculum framework of
And that
under
has to be
17.
changed, I think, because curriculum needs to be changed, na, if we want to.
Yes, yeah. So this is one thing. Then teachers, 40% teachers are confident teaching cognitive dimensions of climate change, but only 20% can explain well how to take action. Because I have also observed this whenever I talk with some of the schools.
Hmm.
So school teachers are not able to defend, let's say, environmental issues with student, because student will ask a lot of different questions. First question is why do we need to save the environment? So what is their repercussions on the business and all? So that kind of questions teachers are not able to defend. They are not able to answer well to the students. So that is one thing with direct experience I could get. And with the ESD, as UNESCO is the leading authority in the United Nations, so UNESCO is conducting some of the training, some of the courses on the ESD, and even in India, we are also working on some of the course content, and let's say CBSE is there or ICSE is there, so they are also revising their curriculum in terms of including the ESD into their curriculum as well. So this is
There
actually good.
is the only the thing is it's only for students, right? There is no teachers training only for the curriculum.
But both will go hand in hand. Teachers training, and after that, students will be trained, I think.
Yeah, teacher training will be there.
Ah, yes.
Actually, last year in the year 2021-22, I was a part of one ESD leadership program. So where it was led from Germany actually. ESD expert net is there. So we were 10 people selected from India for whom they conducted 1 year training, approx 1 year training on ESD, Education for Sustainable Development. So I was the only one representing the NGO. All others were from Teacher Training Institute or the colleges or the schools. So some of them were, let's say 30% were teachers, school teachers, and 40% were from Teacher Training Institute or the state board, the board which defines the syllabus. So somewhere from state, somewhere from central. So they had good actually training on ESD. So we prepared some content, some project regarding how we can teach these ESD, Education for Sustainable Development, to our respective workstation or work environment. So that was the project we each had. But yes, as you said rightly, so it will be first for the teachers and then to the students. Right. So so this is also good podcast that I could listen to. I'll also share you the link of this in WhatsApp group. And one thing that I understood from this short podcast is it was regarding what are the green jobs and how it is important and why youth are the major stakeholder into that. First reason that this podcast talked about the as youth are the major stakeholder because in future they will require job, right? So they will their career entire career is dependent on how the jobs are evolving, and as green jobs are major part, and that we will see in the report where it talks that keep green jobs are improving or the requirement of green skills is improving. So I'll just quickly share that report with you. So it's 2023 report published from LinkedIn. Just a minute. Yeah, I hope you can see it on the screen.
Yes,
This
yes.
is okay, perfect. So this is Global Green Skills Report 2023 LinkedIn Economic Graph, and these are some of the details. Okay, so I'll just quickly share. Yeah, some points are highlighted over here, so I'll just quickly go to that. So first thing is very clear that as per the IPCC report, the latest report that we have, the actions we take over the next decade will determine whether or not our planet is livable for generations to come. And it's very evident whatever happening in Delhi, New Delhi. So the air quality index is more than 400, and even just today morning when I read news, so it was more than 400 again. So it is not the livable place for the people actually. So how do we keep the livable place all over the earth for the future generations? So that is the challenge that we have, and we have very limited time for that. While doing so, one of the major questions that I always have is how do we provide livelihoods to all the 8 billion people? What is the way out for that? And even sustainable development goals, how can we achieve all 17 sustainable development goals? So I am still not clear about this particular question, whether it's possible or how we can do it. But yeah, yes.
Few days back, I was checking this achievement of sustainable development goals actually. Huh?
Mhm.
So there I found that there are around two goals for which India the progress is stagnant. Huh.
Which are they?
Which I'll just tell you. I think this was one was hunger one. Wait a second.
Yeah.
I just wrote it down somewhere. Mm, just a second. Let me check. For biodiversity and reducing inequalities, goal number 15 and 10. For this, India, this growth is declining. And for other goal number 2, zero hunger, climate change, peace, justice, and sustainable cities. For this, we are stagnant. So more work is required on these 6 goals. Otherwise, on the other goals, we are improving or we are on track. So I think you discussed this report a few days back. So I just had a detail on that. So already SDG performance as far India is concerned, so it is bit in line with the progress and all.
Yeah. Means yeah, we can agree on that, but I still am not sure whether zero hunger or no poverty. So these kind of goals means my major question is here. Maybe that is some bigger question. So first is keep how can we achieve all the 17 sustainable development goals in view of there are contracting things. Let's say if we achieve one, second will be affecting negatively, right? So in that context, and
No,
maybe
but it is not like that, na? Because say, I was analyzing this Sustainable Development Report of 2023. So if you see two figures for say China and India. So China is not having any like for quality education, it is not having any data. It has not produced any data. Information is not available. But for India, this information is available. Like and in quality education, we are moderately improving. Means we are doing something in that direction. and that too after COVID and all. So work is almost, we are improving in that as far data is concerned, and then gender equality. So in that also we are improving. So many things we are improving.
Yeah. My question is, let's say we want to provide livelihoods to 8 billion people, or for India, let's consider 140 crore people, right? So in order to provide livelihood opportunities to all these people, ultimately environment has to be damaged somewhere, without which it's not possible, right? So I guess this green skills is somewhere an attempt to solve this problem. That is what I think. Okay, let's say we also need to provide, because first is people should have the food, water, the basic necessities,
Basic.
right? Healthcare, education, that should be provided. But how do we provide that so that environment is least affected? And
Right.
yeah, so that is one of the way why ESG came into picture. Let's say all companies need to assess their, monitor their data, monitor what are the impacts they are having, and at the same time how to do it. Just only bringing mechanism, bringing systems, that's not possible, that's not feasible, right? So long term impact would not be there. The major stakeholders, or the major thing is people, right? So people are someone who are driving all the systems. So people are literate, they are having green skills, so maybe reducing the impact, taking maximum benefit of the resources, and at the same time not to degrade the resources. And that's how I guess the concept of green skills or green talent will come into picture.
Yeah. Am I allowed to speak?
Yes, Naresh, please.
Hi. So good evening, everyone. Very, very happy to be part of this enthusiastic group, especially on an environmental part, which is a very important for living good of all the planetary things, including us and our family. A couple of points from my side. First of all, I'm working for a company called Bosch Limited. It's a manufacturing company, as a German brand, and I'm taking care of environment, health, and safety part, the statutory part. ESG is a very new topic, slowly getting introduced in organizations, because organizations started feeling the need of it in terms of their product, processes, and services that they are offering. But more of, if you see, now organizations are going one more step ahead. Since the industrialization is not the only factor which is creating the impact on an environment at a larger scale, there are other factors also which has an impact. For example, a poor monitoring of the policies from the government end. As we all know that in India, how the legal compliance, especially the good companies, they always take care. But there are medium scale and small scale industries that they generate the larger amount of effluent and also the air emissions, which is not getting controlled. Ultimately, the air is getting polluted, the soil is getting polluted because the effluents are not getting properly treated. If you take a couple of example, because the topic is a very huge, there are 17 goals as you spoke, and also our one of the gentlemen who spoke. So all these 70 and goals of ESG are the interlinked, actually, if you see.
Right.
Second topic is, the more important topic is the protecting the core of the environment by taking care of the water, clean air, clean water. If these two things are basically taken care, I would say that the impact, other all ESG, I would say goals will automatically improve. For example, healthy lifestyle, one of the sustainable cities and all, hunger and healthy air, healthy water. Today, effluents are directly getting released into the water bodies. Water bodies are slowly getting reduced. The groundwater table is going down day by day, and more the water is going down, the more the other impurities are coming in water. The TDS level of the water in the house which we drink is 1800, 2000 TDS. So if you see overall, the impact is drastically increasing with respect to the water. The water is very, very limited on earth. We all know the drinkable water is very less. At the same time, the air quality is increasing. The life of the people, average life of the people is reducing very badly. 50, 60, 65 year is what the life expectancy is you can expect now. So basically, the social governance part is become very, very important for organizations to take care for future generations. And I would say that it would be better if next Saturday, if we go in a detail and review one of the company or maybe my company ESG report. Maybe I can share this with all of you.
Sure.
Our company has already done the assessment of ESG scoring last year. It was not good, I would say, because the concept has recently started. We are integrating all the 17 parameters, these goals, I would say pillars of ESGs and into that. So next week, I would propose to have a review of my own ESG report with all of you. So you get idea that how the organizations are definitely actually doing the scoring and how they are monitoring. I'm sure it is not perfect, but something will be come out for all of us.
Naresh, I have a question. This scoring, like, is it a quantitative method or which method have you used? Can you?
It is, sir, two methods being used, quantitative and qualitative. Both method is more of the quantitative method is used in a larger scale. There are based on the existing product processes and services that our company is doing within that framework. All the we have done an assessment, raw assessment, scoring. So first there was an assessment. Then under the each pillar of the ESG, which is applicable, as you said, that UN Global, according to UN Global, where are the company falling based on the standard scoring parameters are there, which I will personally show next week. I will show you on each parameter how the scaling is done.
Yeah, that will be very useful.
Yeah, that's great.
Because nowadays all companies are asking, they are not asking ESG professional. They are more asking about EHS and ESG. They are in fact asking more ESG than EHS.
Right. Yes. And maybe from 2024 it would be more, because this is the first year, right? After SEBI has issued a notice for all the
Many
Yeah, it's
companies
a
are
second
already.
year, basically, if you see. Second year, yeah.
yeah.
Earlier, it was sustainability report. I think most of the companies are presenting that, but in India now, after BRSR mandate, now they are doing it. Again, the scoring part and stakeholder engagement part, that is a bit critical in that.
Yeah, I agree with it. But see, there are companies wherein customers are also started asking about the ESG status of the particular unit that they are taking either product or supplying it. So good part that organizations are coming forward, but I would say social part is definitely missing the education part. Our gentleman, a friend has spoke that yes, education at the school level, education level at the college level about the sustainability, about the environmental impact that is happening because of, or a health impact for the youths, which is happening after a lot of people do smoke and do lot of things. I would not prescribe here, but yeah, there are things which is getting deteriorated for society.
Yeah. And just in our last session, so maybe I guess 2 weeks back, one suggestion came during our discussion that, as you might be knowing, that SEBI has mandated all the let's say financial institutions to spend their 2% on the investor awareness programs, right? So
Mhm.
what do we feel that it should be a same in ESG as well. So companies should spend maybe CSR, 2% of the CSR is mandatory for all the profit making organizations, right? So out of that, maybe there should be some contribution towards sustainability awareness as well. If that can be mandated, if that can be ensured, I guess it would be better.
Yeah, probably it is a very good point as far as the awareness creations among the people are concerned. But I would say more of ESG related topic and also the social and governance part, which is specifically interlinked with the your customers and also with the society, which is getting impacted from the business and processes and the activities and product that which companies are offering. If see, if it is in BRSR mandate reporting, then in future definitely not, because it's the second year of ESG which is getting impacted in India. But I would say next 2 to 3 years it will ramp up and will get a flow. But how about the society really getting the see the important topic is also the zero corruption. I would say that is not a part of the ESG, but zero
Right.
corruption should be the part when it comes to the environmental social governance part. The government policies and government bodies, be it the MOEF, be it the state pollution control boards, be it the local, they should be really zero tolerant with respect to the compliance matter, which are impacting the not only the human being but also the society. In
Right.
that sense, it will be really good for the country to really adopt all these 17 UN global goals for having an impact, real impact on the environment part, I would say.
Agree, agree. And I really like your point that monitoring. So we don't require, let's say, any stringent law as of now. Whatever laws we have, if we just monitor that properly, I guess
Yes.
95% of the problem will be solved.
See, ESG is about problem is the we are not reclaiming the nature. If you see the resources that we are using here, for example, the quantity of water that which we are using it, we are not making sure that the amount of water which we are using it, we are let's say recycling it and again reusing it, or the soil that we are which we are polluting it, which we are not reclaiming it, or the waste that we are disposing it into the lands which are getting other water bodies and soils, flora, fauna impacting. If it's not getting reclaimed, and if it is not reclaimed, it is just like 100 rupees you have in your pocket, and if you are spending about 10 rupees and you are not earning anything else, then it will be 90 and tomorrow it will be 80, 75 and like that. So
Right.
environment part is like that only, but it will not get it is getting deteriorated day by day. Of course, our hope and expectations from the community of EHS and all the organization is that future generation should be safe. I'm sure we are not going to live for 400 years, but this is what we can contribute as a EHS and ESG professionals.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And yeah, so as you said, it's happening somewhere else, right? So I just remembered one point from the
ESG
author.
report, all of
Yeah.
you.
Sorry.
Next week, I'll be sharing the ESG report with
Yes.
all of you. It would be really good and interesting topic for all of us.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. Sure. We would love to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what just one point I want to share is there is one author called as Dan Ariely who wrote one famous book as Rationally Irrational. So he talked about climate change is a problem which we think or the people perceive as distant in future, and generally that is not in entirely our control. So we feel that it is in future, and human beings are least proactive with respect to the danger in the future. So we are very quick if we see any danger in just near future, let's say near future or near to us. Let's say there is a tiger in front of us. So that is very quick. So we are very naturally adapted in such a way that for short term problems we are very good to solve them, but for long term there are issues with the human beings and how we can solve it. So that is one interesting book. Maybe we can have a look in the future for that. Yes.
Oh,
So
thank you very much. Do we have any WhatsApp group actually so that we can share
yes,
more and more things?
yes, we have a WhatsApp group. And how did you get this link for the session? Is it on mail?
One of my actually classmate and also EHS a colleague, or I would say a friend sent me.
Okay, okay, okay. Great, great, great. So we have one group. So what I'll do, I'll just share one Google Form link with you, and maybe if you can just share that, this event will be added on your calendar, and you will also get the WhatsApp group link on your email.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I've just posted the link in chat. Yeah, perfect. So let's move ahead and just check what are the points explained in this report. So first is skill-based approach, that is greening the workforce. That is one thing that is coming out from this report. And as you can see, the report identifies global trend at the intersection of the workforce and sustainability based on data from a membership base of 930 million LinkedIn users worldwide. So in this report, you can see all the insights from the aggregation of this many users database. The concentration of green talent in the workforce, that is the share of workers who hold a green job or a list of at least one green skill on their LinkedIn profile, is growing in every one of the 48 countries we studied. So that is increasing, and it has shown over here. So between 2022 and 2023, uh, share of green talent in the workforce increased by 12.3%, while the share of job posting requiring at least one green skill has increased by more than 22%. And they have, there is a graph in this report as well, which is showing that going forward in the future by 2030, there will be huge requirement for the jobs which require green skill, and the people possessing this green talent or green skills will be lacking. So it is a good time for us to understand what are the green skills and how we can contribute in it, how we can improve for that. All right. And one of the important point that I could find is the data suggests that green skill and the jobs that require them are especially resilient during the times of economic uncertainty. Means even if we forget about, let's say, climate change or the environment, but at least people will consider economic things. Yes, this is important. So they have shown that if you have a green skills or you have a jobs which are in which the green skill is a core part, these are more resilient in terms of economic turmoil. So that is also additional benefit that we can have. All right. Yeah, so I'll just quickly share what are the findings in this report. Around the world, over 1 in 8 workforce has one or more green skills. Put another way, 7 in 8 workers lack even single green skill. So that is the current status. So there is a huge scope for improvement. Between 22-23, there is the increase in the talent having green skills, and while at the same time 22.4% was the job listings which require the green skills. The 5-year annualized growth rate between 2018 and 2023 reveals a similar trend. The share of green talent grew by 5.4% for that period, while the jobs required green skill grew by 9.2%. And this trend is expected to grow in the future as well. Overall hiring showed over past few years, green hiring bucked that trend, while overall hiring slowed globally between February 2022 to 2023. Job posting requiring at least one green skill have grown by. So, in and all, it's all about the requirement of green skill is growing year by year, and it is also expected in future that it will grow. The real question that we have is, so if the requirement of green skills are growing, so how do we, as let's say, as a participant, as a stakeholder in the organization, how do we impart these skills for us and to the other people as well? So how do we contribute in that? And for that they have analyzed for different sectors. So let's say energy production and utilities is one of the sector, and what is the status for that they have shared. uh, so this is trend that they have shown. Oil and gas, top skills added by US utility workers in 2022 included these green skills: renewable energy, solar energy, power distribution. And one of the point that I could get from the podcast is, it's not only about let's say green energy or solar or wind that is considered as green. It's not like that. So there are many other workforces or other kind of businesses that is also there in this report. I'll just quickly check. So in whatever business you are, it's not like if only the green or let's say renewable energy is only having green skills. It's not like that. Whatever work you are doing, that can have the green part into it. Just a minute. Transitioning to a greener economy. Yeah. Skills of LinkedIn members transitioning into green skills. So how much or more likely workers who move into green and sustainability related jobs to have certain skills? And I guess there is one CEO who told that every job is a climate job, every job is important for us. So in similar lines, they have mapped some of the skill set that people already have, and how likely or how easy is it to transition into green or sustainability related jobs for them. And as you can see on the screen, so I little bit disagree on this part, which is not likely to transfer. The reason being, so let's say education, that is highly chance that it can also go into the green or sustainability related job. But yes, the point I guess here they want to share is it is difficult because education, the primary focus would be the same irrespective of we added, let's say, education for sustainable development or awareness about green skill. But still, maybe the 80% 90% of the job or the work would be the same, and the same applies for the other as well. So maybe with the art, maybe with the entertainment, you can create awareness about the environment, but that will not be the core part or 100% part of your job. While at the same time, natural sciences would be a majority of their activities may be green or it's related to nature. And in similar lines, it's highly possible that you can transition into the green or sustainability related jobs. While on the other hand, these are little bit difficult. But yes, one part is very sure that you can still anywhere, whatever skill you have, still you can contribute for the sustainability, and you can definitely learn these green skills. So they have also shared some of the trend how in 2022 the green experience was there and how it has grown for the year. It is more relevant across some of the job titles, and they have given examples of green skills and the titles where they are growing. So these are some of the sectors, I would say, where green skills or green jobs are more.
Have they defined green skills?
No, in this report they haven't. I was also searching the same, so whether they have defined somewhere what are the green skills, it is not there on the in this report. But they have a website, so I'll just quickly share after this. So in that, I guess they have some details on that. So I'll just read this one statement from ILO. Climate change and environmental degradation reduce productivity and destroy jobs, and their effects fall disproportionately on the most vulnerable. Action to combat these processes can potentially create millions of jobs, but this requires a bold effort to invest in people's capabilities to realize their full potential and contribute to the productivity of enterprises. So this is in short what I feel. There is, let's say, one video game, right? And the difficulty level has increased. So as we are talking about climate change or the environmental degradation, so in short, the difficulty level for living a normal life that has increased. So we need to train people how to upskill them, how to handle all these kind of problems while still living their life more peacefully in a better way. So that is the effort I guess we need to uh, get through the green skills part.
There is one more concept called best available technology, BAT.
Right, right.
So for that, like, do we have that much of access to those kind of technology? Suppose in a manufacturing sector, or maybe that the technology which is in Europe, do we have that access to that kind of technology, and how to get that access? That is also one of the concern. Once we speak about green skills, maybe it might be concerned with person who is having capabilities where he is attaining some kind of knowledge in a particular field, working on those best available technologies. I'm just guessing, like green skills, what can be green skills be? Or how he can get that kind of expertise where he can attain that kind of knowledge so that he can spread that in other companies or other processes also.
No, agree. So this is one thing is really required, which is, and I guess where sustainable development goals are concerned. So last goal, which is maybe peace and partnership, right? So partnership is required definitely. And what I found is there are already many solutions are there in the market. It's not the dearth of technology or dearth of, let's say, any new solutions. The only point is that is not being available to other people, right? So
Yeah,
how
and
how
cost
do
also.
we?
Maybe
Yeah.
that might be expensive. So
Yes,
that is
absolutely.
also one thing.
Yeah. Yes. So maybe this is one United Nations Industrial Development Organization's website is there. Here they have discussed what are green skills. Okay. So it's not as such very defined in much details that okay, so these are the green skills. It's again the vague definition, as you can see. Green skills are knowledge, ability, values, attitude needed to live in, develop, support a sustainable and resource efficient society. The need to transition towards more environmentally sustainable modes of production and consumption has become imperative for develop as well as other countries. So it's not very clearly defined, but uh, one of the LinkedIn resource from where I got this report, I'll just quickly share if I could. Just a minute. Yeah, got it. I'm not sure whether it will be visible over here. Yes, I hope you can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is one of the LinkedIn posts, and where the most important green skills, what he has mentioned are inclusive collaboration, openness and transparency, systems thinking, co-creation, courage and perseverance. So these are some of the skills or competencies that he has listed. And as per ESD, that is Education for Sustainable Development as well. So there are some basic competencies. 9 competencies are there on which education for sustainable development is based. So I guess green skills is nothing but imparting these competencies to the people so that they can learn, unlearn, and maybe relearn the things. So that is a thing what I get from the green skills.
It's like writing a resume.
Yeah.
So,
There is no single way, right way to do it. Yeah. But yeah, so that's it from my side for today's discussion. And maybe if you want to share, please, that is yours.
nice. We'll study these reports, and Naresh ji has already promised that next time BRSR to
Yes,
correct.
I'm happy to share whatever the topics that are available for the team, because I'm happy to be part of this group. It is my first session today. I
Great.
have not thought at 6:30 in the evening. I have not thought that I would be part of the this group from 7 o'clock, because suddenly it was shared by one of the friend, and I've just joined in. Good that we should share more and more knowledge. Basically, what we are actually doing in our day-to-day jobs with respect to the profile that we are handling. Yeah, I think that would be really great way of enhancing each other. This one for future proofing, at least for ourselves, I would say, and for society. Yes, we are all united.
Great. Wonderful. So, and just one question,
I
open question for all. Yes, Anup, please.
Yeah, I have one thing in mind during discussion. I didn't bother. So basically, is there any sort of integration or incorporation of these green skills with NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation in India? I mean, I want to ask that how India's government or NSDC look forward to these green skills and incorporating with their policy like integration. There is ESD, that's for the school children's, and that's I don't know about the integration with our curriculum. You are saying that the CBSE and ICSE is taking part in this thing, but what about this NSDC and the skill enhancement training program? How we are incorporating the green skills?
Yeah.
I think I can answer it, but
Yeah,
like in
please.
because it's a skill thing. Na? So suppose you are working in zero liquid discharge, so or water circulation. So in that case, if someone goes there, how this process works, so that will be a green skill, because you need to curb this effluent discharge into the rivers and all. So if somebody is having that kind of expertise where he is able to define that how this system is designed, so that will also be considered as a green skill. So if that curriculum is added in education, it will definitely benefit.
Yeah, actually, no. I was trying to ask that, like, there's NSBC, a National Skill Development Corporation, that was set up, I think, in 2014 for enhancement of the skill and trainings. But is there any kind of integration of these green skills programs
There is already,
for
industries are having that. Industries are having that, but again, they still need to define which kind of apprentice will be having which kind, like what he will be shown, what he will be taught. So industries are already having that. But again, like I said, when an apprentice approaches for training, at that time, like vocational training is there for engineers and all. So what they'll be going to different industry for those kind of training. So they need to focus on a particular thing which is relevant to green skill.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And
got it. Thank you,
this is good suggestion actually. So NSDC or the Green National Skill Development Corporation, NSDC, with green skills. So they don't have as such what I can see. So they have some of these programs. These are QP, that is qualification pack for these only. So they consider a green skill, which is, let's say, if it is that is related to solar or maybe wind turbine or in that way. So I'm not sure whether they have some other more generic skills which can be taught to the all the QPs. I'm not sure whether that they have it or not.
Yeah. I mean, it's very different now. I mean,
yeah, but I know one person who was in green skilling project of government. So maybe I'll discuss with him and let you know.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
And recently he has joined our organization as a national head for green livelihoods.
Thank you. That's great.
Okay. May I know your introduction?
Yeah, sure. So this is
Dhananjay.
Yeah. So I'm working as a consultant in an NGO, that is American India Foundation. I work in livelihoods. So my major interest is in capacity building. So and this is my initiative passion project, which is sustainability simply put, where I am creating content from last 3.5 years. And this is one of the initiative that we are working on dissemination of sustainability related awareness to the people. So I worked with all of the different stakeholders, right, from school children to the youth. In work, my major stakeholders are youth. And apart from that, I also work with industries and the awareness sessions as well.
Okay, great to hear this. Really happy that you are really doing this for livelihood, which is a very special, because we are the working professional more of. We do get involved in our company CSR projects, wherein we go to the schools, give small school children about the fire protection and occupational health and safety related and environment related protection awareness training. But what you are doing is again on the next level. So heads off.
And Bosch is, I guess, really strong in education. For school children, I guess you had really strong CSR. What I came to
know. Very much. We have adopted many schools, 150 schools around in every state.
Yes. I know someone from Bosch who is working in CSR, I guess.
What is his name?
He's very senior over there. Pradyumna Mohanty.
Yeah. He sits in Bangalore.
Right. Yeah. So he's also part of this group.
Very happy to hear this. I think sometime maybe he join, then we can also share some of the insights. As you were recently you were mentioning, maybe we are just exiting the time. Maybe our team members won't mind if I take 1 minute additional. Is it okay if I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Alokji, thank you. So I was talking about the water-related topic. One of our colleagues was telling this awareness-related topic, and you have also mentioned the multi-effect evaporator. Yeah, it's a very big topic. Water is a big topic. Recycle, reuse, and reduce and reclaim. These are the 4R that we use in water. Maybe sometime because I also take ETP, STP, and multi-effect evaporator operations in our Jaipur plant. I am the responsible for all environment-related topics for air control, air emissions, and water management, along with the occupational health and safety. So I would also I have certain topics with me that how the complete water neutrality or can be achieved by which ways of this, and also the green energy. For example, you mentioned this green skills and all.
Right.
How the green energy part, like how the CO2 neutrality can be achieved. Because our company is already from 2020 onwards 100% CO2 neutral. We are the first company in the world which is CO2 neutral from 2020 itself.
Wow.
So how we are doing it is a very interesting topic for all of you to know.
Yes.
Maybe as people are there, they may know better than me. I'm sure it's the HSE community. People have a very diverse experience. They are more experienced. They may be more experienced than me. Some of them are freshers. Would be a great platform to share that how the 100% CO2 neutrality, be it scope 1, scope 2, and scope 3 emissions are achieved in the plants. What are the ways to achieve it? Be it in green energy, for example, solar, wind power, or purchasing through the IREX, and all those things are there. A lot of things are there we can share with each other, and we could become even more stronger. EHS fraternity and ESG.
Yeah, sure, definitely. Would love to learn from you. Thanks. Yeah, any other closing statement, or if you'd like to share anything regarding green skills, please. Yeah, all right. So thank you everyone for your valuable time and wonderful contribution in this session. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Dhananjay.
Bye.